Sounds good to me.
Welcome to the world of Street Fighter 3. Prepare for battle.
One box could leave you messed up and fractured. Block these uppercuts, they may leave you captured. May the best fighter win and win again. Battle to the top until his life ends. But if his life ends and he starts to decay, may one of his street soldiers avenge things. See you talking to the game, couldn't be talking to me. I got enough to beat and more soldiers to bury. You know we just clicked in and made you realize this game is twice as hard. You see that with your own eyes. You're on the way to choose your type of life cause you gotta. I tell you from now, which fighter will be the hotter. I don't think you want this one. Just practice, just challenge me when you're ready with your tactics. High punch, the spin kicks, watch your back split. I see you in the air when I make you backflip. Select to make your first pick. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
Yikes. Some buggy mechanics with that. But we recovered strong. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. This is DSP News, the unreliable ones. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the newsroom and welcome to the Goutopia News Network, your unreliable source for DSP News. This is a Snort Report brought to you by SnortBucks Coffee Company, the best beverage company. Let's get it. Ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you guys are doing well today and whatnot. This should be the first broadcast of the day, so you know, that's a thing. But we have two videos, though, that will make up our broadcast, both brought to us by Burnell. DSP, first video. Trying to get high bucks. Even if you won't see the stream, come give money. And no Fallgout gameplay. And that is from August 8th of 2020, our current year of Gout. And the second and last video to round out our broadcast is also brought to us by SnortBucks DSP Weekly Street Fighter. Oh yes, $100 whale, saltiness over 9,000, and Jose refuses to play. I almost said pay, but play. This is also from August 8th of 2020, our current year of Gout. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys know what's coming up next. Welcome to my TED Talk. As it pertains to getting hype bucks, every day he's hyping up something. The reason why he's not overly successful when it comes to hyping up games is because he doesn't believe in the games that he's hyping up. That's very, very obvious. If Phil was to start hyping up his Street Fighter streams, he doesn't do it because he knows people are going to show up either which way. But if he was to hype those up, people would believe it. He won't do it, though, because he doesn't want to come across as some one-trick pony and like those other alleged FGC players who only play one game and that's how they make their living and that's what they have to rely on. And so they keep hyping up bad games because it's the only games that they have to play because it's the only way he can make a living, which is ironic because he does the exact same thing. Legit, if you really think about it, he does the exact same thing. He plays the same Street Fighter game every Friday, which is a bad game, right? He's said this plenty of times before, the game is shit, but he keeps playing it because it's all he has. He can't find another alternative. He can, but he won't. And it does bring in money. So keep that in mind. Let's see, if you won't see the stream, come and give money. Okay, so we're legit wanting money just to exist. Nothing new with that. It's kind of, I mean, who cares really? You'll see it on YouTube anyway. And if you don't, and why give money to his stream by going to his streams? That's if you're not going to be able to interact with the stream, I should say. Just give money, just send money to his PayPal. I mean, you're not going to get any recognition for it, but whatever. It's all the same shit either which way, honestly. And then no Fallgout gameplay. This is Fallguys. It's an extremely popular game. A lot of people love it. Some of the members here have actually played it. I haven't played it yet, but it is pretty fun to watch. I will admit, I've watched a lot of Avoid the Puddles or Ares. I watched a lot of his gameplay of it, and the strats that he's come up with, he's watched other people come up with. It's pretty funny. It's pretty hilarious. I watched Dr. Disrespect play a little bit of it too. I thought it was pretty funny. It was pretty entertaining and whatnot. And there is a level of strategy to it, and I mean, a little bit more than what you see on the surface level, right? Like there is a bit of a meta to it. Like there's certain, like some of the obstacle courses where like it has like a revolving like pole that goes around. You could actually use that to your advantage to actually slingshot you and or fling you further along the course. There's all kinds of little like nifty little stuff that you can do if you sit down and you're willing to play it. So I would think that's a game that's right up his alley, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure he's going to scrape some cheap victories and whatnot and go into full clown mode. So I would think it'd work, but let time tell on that. And now to the meat and potatoes of this all. Weekly Street Fighter. Oh boy. Oh boy. And as you know, the player pool of combatants is growing. So, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully we get some Goji tanks in there. Jose's name's been mentioned and whatnot, so some trolling there. Maybe evil AJ will pop up. Who knows? So that should be good. Saltiness over, $100 whale. It is what it is. Saltiness over 9,000. That's what we're hoping for. And Jose refuses to play. I mean, I always looked at Jose just there to stall anyway, and if not to force Phil to run, because he's like the primary person that Phil runs from, even more than Evil AJ or Rugal Bernstein, is Jose. Legit, if this was like the Leaf Village, if this was Naruto, for example, like Jose would be like the fourth Hokage. Like, he had the flee on sight notice. Like, anytime you see him, you flee on sight. So Jose is definitely has definitely made his presence felt with that. Ladies and gentlemen, this should be fun. Hopefully you guys got your SnortBucks handy and whatnot. It's going to be a long day. Hopefully not as long for most of you people, but hopefully we can try to do our part to make your day tolerable. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Snort Report, and this is DSP News. Always late, never breaking. Unreliable coverage that you can't count on. Oh yes, a GTG Network and Productions. You guys all know the slogan. I don't smell no bacon cooking. Well, we're working on that right now, actually. And it's time, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to watch me work. Also, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I don't know why I love saying that, but I love saying that. It's so good.
Welcome to the world of Street Fighter 3. Prepare for battle.
One box could leave you messed up and fractured. Block these uppercuts, they may leave you captured. May the best fighter win and win again. Battle to the top until his life ends. But if his life ends and he starts to decay, may one of his street soldiers avenge things. See you talking to the game, couldn't be talking to me. I got enough to beat and more soldiers to bury. You know, we just clicked in and made you realize this game is twice as hard. You see that with your own eyes. You're on the way to choose your type of life, cause you gotta. I tell you from now, which fighter will be the hotter. I don't think you want this one. Just practice, just challenge me when you're ready with your tactics. High punch, spin kicks, watch your back split. I see you in the air when I make you backflip. Select to make your first pick. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Choose and pick the best one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Select to make your first pick. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Choose and pick the best one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Select to make your first pick.
The main you see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting.
Sound good?
Alright, sounds good to me.
And ladies and gentlemen, we yet again still have the wanted poster out for Catherine Burnell. If you have seen this woman, please notify the DIA and that of Agent Proper. Her family very much misses her and are looking to find her. All snorts are welcome. Holy shit. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here with the first video that'll make up our broadcast, brought to us by Snort Burnell DSP. Let's see, trying to get hype bucks. Even if you won't see the stream, come give me money. And no Fallgout gameplay. This was published August 8th of 2020, our current year of gout. Let's get it.
Today is Friday, and today I wanted to do something different. Alright, the big game released this week that everyone is talking about is the viral sensation Fallguys.
Fallgout.
Apparently, from what I'm understanding, the game is still having tons of issues. The game is still having lots of dropped stuff constantly, to the point where, you know, it's very frustrating, because obviously it's a game everyone wants to play. It's free for PS Plus. It's a game that big streamers were able to play about a week ago, and now everyone wants to jump in and have fun, and apparently the game just doesn't work. Okay? Now, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to give it a shot. Some people are telling me it doesn't work at all. Some people are telling me it works and then doesn't. I want to at least try it. Alright? But here's the thing, and I got to emphasize this. If this game doesn't work within about a week, that is the end of Fallguys.
I am not willing to violate my own beliefs and my own values to just become a sellout shill streamer.
You have no beliefs and you have no values, so what's the point of any of that?
I want to become Mr. Dollar Bags. I don't want to be the 80% of streamers who has to fucking rely on every little hype game becoming overhyped and overmarketed so they can make an extra buck.
But that you've done that like your whole time, like you've pretty much done that your whole air quotes career on YouTube, and pretty much your whole existence streaming. So, what's the difference? Just saying, like, we're being a massive fucking hypocrite by making statements like that. You know what I mean? He's not even man enough now to make his own judgment on what games he's going to play and not play, because he gets all of his opinions from influencers that he follows on Twitter, or the influencers that he chooses to keep an eye out on their accounts. He doesn't even come up with his own decision anymore.
This works is very simple. People will be willing to give it a shot if it's free, but if it doesn't work, first impressions, right? First impressions. And it doesn't matter if this starts working in 2 more weeks and it works great. If people try to play it now and they can't play it, they're just not going to come back to it. There's a lot going on. Which isn't true, by the way, but in his head, go with it. With gaming right now, this is one of the busiest summers of gaming ever. There's a lot other stuff to do. If that's the case, then why are you bitching about a free-to-play game, then? Like, if the game doesn't work, why are you even bothered to try it right now? Go and play something else and come back to it later. He hasn't even played it yet, and he's already given you all the reasons on why he shouldn't play it. But if he's so busy, if he's so encumbered, then why is he even wasting his night, or why is he even wasting his day even willing to try it? Just play something else then and come back to it at a later time when people on Twitter say that it's stable to play it. But he's not doing that, is he? Something to think about. Game that's, a freebie game that no one heard of as of a week ago. So I'm honestly concerned because I heard good things about the game. I actually heard that the game is quite fun and the game is interesting. But if the game is unplayable, what are you going to do? You're going to go and play something else because you said we're in the busiest time of the gaming season and you have plenty of games to play. I'm just saying, if we're going to keep contradicting ourselves like this, then I'm going to keep pointing that shit out.
Human, a mature adult. I'm not a kid who buys into every little piece of hype that I hear, and I don't fall for every piece of marketing that I hear.
Now, guys, we got to talk a little bit about last night.
But we already know that's a lie, right? Right.
Talk and let you guys know what happened, because I know many of you were not here last night, and you have no idea what happened and how damn close we came to the end of the vest streak, ladies and gentlemen. So last night I was playing Paper Mario the Origami King, and I was doing my typical 2-hour stream, and we were approaching probably about half an hour to 20 minutes before the end of the stream, and I announced, guys, we've raised about $30 of the tips goal, which is perfectly fine. This is the end of the vest streak. Now, typically I do this, I give everyone a heads up, and usually by the end of the stream, we get a few generous parties who come in, and we hit the vest streak. Okay, this happened literally every time that we had a late night stream with a slower attendance, and someone would come in and say, okay, I want it to continue, and boom, it would continue. Alright? So, we basically approached 9:15, which is
Burnell is correct, though. The pignosis that night was wild. And the stalling, hog wild, to say the very least. It was mildly entertaining, but certainly extremely pathetic.
I finished my stream, and I was stuck inside of a mini dungeon challenge where you had to find Luigi and get a key in order to progress on with this area we were in. And I said, alright guys, well, I'll finish this section up, because I'm in the middle of it. I'll finish this up, and I'll try to find a logical stopping point that makes sense, and that'll be the end of the stream. I'll give people a few extra minutes if they do want to contribute or whatever.
Wait, I thought he said he was looking for a checkpoint. Just off what he said right there, that's blatant stalling. I was looking for a logical checkpoint. That could be anywhere you want it to be, as long as you can hit the tips goal, right? Which, i.e., that's stalling, yeah? Instead of just looking for a checkpoint. Can you literally just go ahead and just save anywhere in Paper Mario? Or at least in his version of it?
Point. I kind of announced, it looks like this is the end of the vest streak, because we were $70 away from hitting the tips goal for the night. Okay, and I'm like, damn, with like 10 minutes left, right? So, what I did is, I walked around, I finished up, it was like a ninja challenge area, I finished that up, I got the key I needed, and then there were 2 optional doors to open. I opened the optional door, solved a few puzzles, got a few items, alright, basically everything was fine, and I was like, alright, I guess this is going to be the end, right? But I was getting near the end, all of a sudden people start freaking out. Alright, first of all, there's people freaking out because the streak is going to end.
Why can't people just relax? Relax! Moment of Zen. Namaste. Okay. Smoke weed every day. Snort it up your nose now.
Then you got assholes, of course, who are coming and saying, "Oh, you see, Phil's staying late tonight because he's delaying. He's trying to delay
He's
the
stalling.
stream. He's hoping a whale will come and drop money and stuff." And I'm like, it just so happens that last night's night, my wife was at work. I had to shower before she got home, but outside of that, I had the ability to stay late if I felt like it. Some nights are like that, some nights aren't. Some nights I actually have stuff to do around here, and other nights I have more free time. Last night
But if he had hit the vest goal, he would have never told you that. So we're being blatantly dishonest. Another thing that he's not mentioning is the fact that he got raided by 91 people or whatever right around the time he started stalling to keep the vest streak going. Let's not forget about that. Wink, wink.
about an extra hour of free time, okay? So people are going crazy and basically being very nasty and toxic and be like, "Oh, I see. So the vest streak would have ended, but now Phil he can delay and he can slack off and he can basically extend the stream because we didn't hit it." And it's like, first of all, I don't know how that's a negative, right? How is that a negative that I can stay later and play more games for you guys and hang out with you longer? People always ask me to stay later.
You put the edict out there that you can't stay or you can't do overtime. And if people want to see the vest goal succeed, they have to contribute to it right away. You've said this multiple times over not only the last couple weeks, but certainly over the last few months. That's why. You never randomly just come out on an evening stream and say, "Hey guys, I can stay late tonight." You know what I'm saying? He's never started an evening stream saying, "Hey guys, I can stay late tonight if I need to." He hasn't done that since he used to do the like those Q&A videos he used to do back in the day, or not even back in the day, but just, you know, before the vest streak was a thing. He used to try to keep subs going. He would do the evening chill stream, and then either he would cut it short, or he would end at the regular time and then go into, "Oh, we'll just have a chill conversation. This will be a chill Q&A, if you will, or whatnot." He used to do those things, and he was doing it specifically to try to boost up the tips goal before he ends up leaving for the day. Usually he does it on Mondays after Minecraft, for example, because Tuesday's his day off. So the more money he can squeeze out of them, the better. Since he's had the vest streak, he hasn't had a need to do that. But the whole thing about making him go into overtime is now becoming a very prevalent movement moving forward, and it should be. It should be. If he's going to bleed you guys, then bleed him back. If he doesn't value your time and only wants your money, then guess what he has? His time. So make him spend that shit if he wants your money. Same concept.
But it's funny that the night when it looks like we're not going to hit the tips goal, right? That's the night if I stay later, somehow it's a negative, right? Wait, what the hell? Talk about, you say reverse psychology. Talk about reverse psychology there.
Not about reverse psychology so much, but even though you try to pull that on them during that stream. But it's certainly very coincidental, and it comes across as rather dishonest. And that's why you got called out for it.
They want more, and then when I give them more,
especially
they complain,
when you even said earlier that night that you weren't going to go into overtime, you weren't going to do any overtime that night, and then ended up doing it anyway, which is what led to the stalling, which ended up leading into everything else that came out of that.
Stick around, right? So anyway, I continued to play, and I said I'll keep playing for a little bit longer.
I need that money to pay my bills.
Until I get to a logical stopping point, which was good for me. It was going to be going inside this big temple where I thought was the boss of the area, okay? So I played for about an extra 15 minutes, and as I'm playing, now all of a sudden, now we're way past 9:15. At this point, it's almost 9:30. All right, so normally I would have ended my stream. People start coming in and like, "Oh my god, I can't believe that we didn't hit it. Here we go." So someone dropped a $20 tip, and then there were a few like $5 tips, and then two very generous people, each did like a $30 tip. And then we went over the tips goal, all right? And then I said, "Well, wow, guys, I appreciate you guys rallying. It's a good thing I stayed late because now we hit the tips goal. And basically what I will do as a reward, since you guys were so nice tonight, now I will stick around and we will do the whole boss of the area." So we almost, by the end of the night, we had almost doubled the tips goal, okay?
If anything, the one thing I can definitely say, my hard work here on Twitch is paying off.
So in reality, by the end of the night, it was a good stream. Good session. People who liked the game got way extra gameplay. I actually enjoyed the boss fight. Got to stick around to do it. Obviously, this vest streak continued. Everything was good. Of course, you're going to have assholes who are always going to say negative shit about positive. It's like, so let's see. It was a positive thing that happened. right? That I was able to stick around later. People supported and were happy that I did. You got extra gameplay, all positives, but of course people got to spin it negative. Haha, see, the vest streak almost ended. In fact, the vest streak did end, but Phil stayed later. So he cheated. He violated his own rules, and now the vest streak doesn't continue. It's like, you're an idiot. And I don't care.
And on top of that, where was a lot of that enthusiasm in the first 2 hours of that stream? Why isn't it that shit didn't become really positive, and it wasn't a great experience until after they hit the vest goal, after like a half hour of stalling and whatnot? You know what I'm saying? Like why was the overtime way more exciting than the actual stream itself? It didn't have to go down that way. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if he actually put some goddamn effort into being entertaining, there wouldn't have been a need for overtime in the first place. That's, yet again, another thing that he's not seeing. He's legit trying to take advantage of these people by doing the bare minimum and still, you know, getting maximum profit.
Say at all.
Come on, guys. You know Snortburnell saying minimum effort, minimum time involved, maximum profit.
Very salty, because everything in here salty. And so if you're okay with salt or sodium overload, you'll probably like this.
You're out of your mind. First of all, who the fuck makes these rules up? Who made a rule that I can never go later on a stream? It was funny because someone made a comment.
You're the one who said that you weren't going to go into overtime. You did. You came up with that rule. That was your edict.
Last night on the stream, they were like, technically, Phil, if you never go offline, the vest streak can never end. I was like, you know, that's actually correct. Like, if I never turn my stream off, then the vest streak can't end because there's infinite amount of time. Of course, that's never going to happen. I have to go offline. And like I told everyone last night, I really went down to the wire. Like, I finished around 10:30 p.m. I rushed, I took a shower, got dressed, and got everything uploaded, got the schedule done, ran downstairs, and my wife walked in the door. And she's like,
I haven't had sex in ages.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have needed to go to him for that, because by the time you got home, it's assumed that you've already been broken in anyway. So, why? And also, what is the emphasis on him needing to be downstairs and ready for her to come home? Like, I don't get that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Is that something that, like housewives used to do back in, like, Phil's day and some shit? Like, did you have to be downstairs and present yourself in the children that they were all, like, clean fed and all their homework was done before they go to bed? Like, is that what that is or something? I feel like if you're Catherine, right, who's still missing, by the way, I would assume the last thing that you'd want to see when you first walk in through your door is see Phil. That just seems... I feel like she needs a few minutes to kind of deflate a little bit. You know what I mean? To kind of find her space. She's just left work, that she's had a 15-20 minute drive home. Now she wants to come home, deflate, maybe grab a drink out of the refrigerator or something, wait a minute, and then call the piggy down. I don't think you need to see a partially washed pig right in front of you the moment you walk through the door. I just feel like that's a bit much. I don't know.
whoa. I was like, yeah, I know, like, I just got done, just in time. But it works out sometimes, you know. So it was a very good thing. But, what I have to say is this, alright? Yeah, we can't do this every day. Alright, we can't, sadly. As much as I'd love to stay late every single day when I...
There you go. Okay, so who's the one who made up this rule about me not being able to go into overtime, and then follows that up by saying, yeah, guys, we can't go into overtime. We can't do that. And that's not the first time he said it. He said that prior to this situation. He said it that night that he couldn't go into overtime. But he said it prior to this situation. The last time he was forced into overtime, he was like, hey, he even had a pre-stream, just like what he's doing here. He had a pre-stream saying, guys, I had to go into overtime last night. I didn't like that. I had things to do. You guys were setting me behind. You guys were keeping me away from my wife. You guys need to step up and contribute right away. Okay? Because you're stressing me out. It's derailing the streams, and I can't afford to go into overtime. You guys need to step up and contribute early. He's the one who made those rules. And now he's going to turn around and lie and say, oh, I didn't do that. That was you. That was some haters doing it. That was the trolls saying that shit. But I can't do it every night, though, guys. So I need you guys to step your shit up. Which is basically what he's saying now. Wow.
Stream and do an extra hour to an hour and a half of gameplay. I just can't do it. Some days I'll have more flexibility if I don't have much to do that night. Or if my wife is at work, like she was last night, then
But he's not
obviously
going to tell you that, because if he's already hit the vest goal, then why does he need to stay and do overtime? Think about that. If he already has your money, why would he stay around and play more games? You know what I'm saying? His hobby, his passion, his job. Why would he work more than he needs to if he's already made his money for the night?
A little bit later if I feel like it. Some nights I'm just going to be too tired to do it. Some nights I'm going to have stuff to do. Alright, I can't do it every night. So, the point I'm trying to make is...
Quick buck, quick buck, quick buck. Gimme, gimme, gimme.
I'm just saying, I'm trying to give a heads up. You know, be aware that late streams, sometimes this can happen. And it was funny because a few people had popped in. I'd say probably about 10-15 minutes after the stream normally would have ended, okay? And then they contributed and they were like, oh, I just noticed the stream is still going. You didn't hit the tips goal. Here, I'll help. What I'll say is this. If you want to see the vest streak continue, even if you're not able to attend the late stream, but you want to support, you might want to pop in. You know what I'm saying? Like, pop in around 9:10, 9:15, see what's going on. Because this could happen again very much, especially with some of the games I'm playing right now.
So he's sitting here telling you guys, hey, I can go into overtime if the situation is fits my needs, or if the circumstances require it, but don't do that. Also, I never made up the rule that I couldn't go into overtime. That you guys are saying that. I've never told you guys that. I've never said that to you. Now he's telling you, if you guys want to keep the vest streak going and you can't attend the streams, pop in about 9 o'clock, 9:15 my time, and throw some money in there. So, you know, this way everything can end on time. And if someone does that, do you still see him sticking around to do overtime? No. So he's killing his own point. He's proving what the haters and the trolls and everybody else was saying about him. He's legit proving it. After spending the first part of this pre-stream trying to dispel it. Trying to say that, oh, they're just trying to be negative and raining on our parade. No, you've already pissed off your own parade.
So, I'm just saying, if you're not even here for the late streams, but you want to support the streams, you want to have the vest streak continue, you might want to pop in that time every night just to see how stuff's going. Okay?
Give their money, give their money. Let the green roll in.
I'm just saying, what we may have to do is from now on, if you support the vest streak, you want to see it continue, just stop in at night and see what's going on, right? Even if you don't like the game. I don't like Paper Mario, but I want the vest streak to continue. I'll come by around 9 o'clock and see how it's going. And, you know, contribute if I want to. And by the way, again, I'm not saying that anyone has to contribute whatsoever. There's no pressure here.
Remember, your contributions are mandatory and always will be mandatory. I need that money. I really do. I need that money to pay my bills.
You guys contribute what you want, but what I saw last night is actively there were people who wanted the vest streak to continue, weren't aware of what was going on, and it would have ended if I didn't stay late, and that would have been really unfortunate if I couldn't have, okay?
So then why didn't you put a piggy SOS out on Twitter then? If that's the case, like let's keep it 100. If it's really that serious, and we have to get into crunch time, and you have all these people that are so unaware, despite the fact that they've been on stream before, and they contribute to the vest goal, and they know how it works, and they know what your schedule is, because they follow you on Twitter, why didn't you just send out a tweet? If they're going to be willfully ignorant about the situation, then why aren't you just sending a tweet out then? Just saying. If he was willing to go into overtime for about an hour to keep all this going, don't you think a 2-minute tweet would fix all of that? Something to think about. It's not like this is e-begging or anything.
Are going to directly help me like afford my groceries and stuff tomorrow, so please tip me if you can today, okay guys?
One Button Dash resubscribed for 24 months in a row. That is 2 years of support from One Button Dash. He's talking about Dr. Disrespect running a stream with nothing on it for 24 hours now, and he made like insane amounts of money. Listen, people throw money at what they want to throw money at, alright? I've given you guys my opinions on other streamers and people who play characters, and some people like that apparently. They like play acting, and they like people who pretend to be something they're not.
And here's the problem with that. He says, I've given you my opinion on other streamers. The funny thing was when other streamers or content creators have an opinion on him, he takes it as a personal slight, despite the fact that's exactly what he's doing to these other people. Yet again, going back to the hypocrisy of that shit. If anything that you say, someone could misconstrue it or twist it or whatever. But the point is this. If you're going to exercise your right to speak on something, then you have to expect someone to have something to say about you, or at least about your opinion. And yet, he doesn't like that. He doesn't. He wants to just say his piece and be able to move on without repercussions. And that's not how life works. If you're going to come out of your snout, excuse me, and talk shit and whatnot, then you have to take everything that comes with that. Also, this butter pecan SnortBucks fucking flavor, dude, is fucking amazing. And I don't know if you guys like butter pecan. I do. So that shit is fucking yummy, yummy, yummy. And make sure you ask for the extra caramel on the top. Salted caramel, by the way. Anyway, just, you know, blatant advertising. But yet again, so you can't have it both ways. You can't. And so when you think about all the people that he's beefed with over the years, more often than not, some of those situations came from they had a jest, they were making a joke, if you will, about Phil, and doing it in a playful type of way, and he took that shit seriously and then tried to go at them. And then when he was losing, he backed off like a coward. But then he wants to run around and talk his shit about everybody else in their situations. Piss on this turd.
You know, these cartoonish characters. And if that's what you like and you want to throw money at it, good on you. That's your ability to make that choice. You guys know that's not what you get here.
You're a cartoon character too. Mr. Potato Head's a thing, and that's all he is. That's all he is. He legit convinced a bunch of people, or he not even convinced. He let a bunch of people play human dress up with him, night in, night out. Well, twice a day, I should say. And he knows that shit. He knows that shit pisses him off, but he has no choice because it's the only way he can make money. Because the tip goal before that, like before the vest goal was a thing, the tip goal. How often did he actually hit that $100 tip goal? They used to bleed him out. Do none of you guys remember some of those early streams he would have, like his first stream of the day, and he only make $20, $30? Be streaming for 4 goddamn hours and only made $30. I know somebody out there remembers. Pepper's Farm remembers. That shit used to be embarrassing. And then when he get to that night stream, he used to be pissed. And that's when you got all that gold dust, because he was just venting over and over and over again at night because he wasn't making no money. Pissed the fuck off. He used to come into those Minecraft streams. If you ever saw Tevin or LSB or even Dark Dave, you can find some of those old those old restreams of him. He used to be mad going into those Minecraft streams, and the little shit would set him off. Same thing with the Call of Duty streams. Same thing with the PUBG streams. He used to get pissed off because he would be streaming for like 2 hours and might have pulled $20. He used to be mad, absolute butthurt at it. That shit was hilarious.
You guys know who I am, you know what I'm all about, and thank you to those who do support what I do. I do not give two shits who's supporting Dr. Disrespect and his Champions Club. Maybe it's because people just want to be called part of a Champions Club. They want to feel like there's something bigger. I don't know. I don't care. Let him be successful where he wants to be successful. It has nothing to do with my streams. Okay? Alright, I guess we're good, so can I play? Let's find out. Connection to the server timed out. Oh. 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 Oh, connection to the server timed out. Wow, what a great game. Connection to the server timed out. Actual brother just resubscribed for 5 months. And connection to the server timed out. We'll try one more time.
Now here's the thing. This asshole told us. What? Sorry. This asshole told us. I'm sorry. That there were other games to play. There were other games to play, and he didn't need to play this game right now. And yet, we're choosing to do so. And why? Because all those people on Twitter are clamoring over that shit. It's legit a really fun game to watch. It's a legit fun game to watch. That shit is absolutely fucking hilarious. And for Phil, who has a bunch of wheelchair symbols and man babies over there anyway, all those different colors and everything, and all the little cosplay skins they can get, this should be wheeling the kids in left and right. Hence the reason why he doesn't want to give up on it. And most of the big streamers, if not almost all of them, but certainly all the big streamers are playing it. So yet again, it makes sense that he'd want to be in that directory, sorry. He'd want to be in that directory, and he'd be wanting to play. But if you have something else better to do, then why do you need to play this game right now? It's free to play. It's always going to be a thing. Did you not pay attention to what's up with Fortnite? Same concept. Especially once Fortnite started to get really, really big, or was beginning to get big, people had problems getting in the matches and shit. Did they just give up on it? No. You waited, they fucking Epic got that shit straightened out, and then all of a sudden, everybody made millions and millions. Well, not everybody, but most people made millions and millions of dollars off that shit, whether they were on YouTube or Twitch, respectfully. Same concept. There are people now building their channels off of this game, and they're doing extremely well. Whatever.
So, I'll try again at some point. Maybe tomorrow. It's obvious it doesn't work now because they don't know what they're doing, so... Big fail. DJ CTE says, oh, restart your whole PS4. I'll do one better. I'll close the game. And I'll try again another day because it doesn't work right now. We'll play something that works and have a fun stream instead. That's the smart thing to do. Alrighty then. Well guys, as I said, we're doing Ghost of Tsushima. And I'm sorry to those who wanted to say Fall Guys today. And I'm sorry for those who didn't plan to be here to see Ghost of Tsushima today and are going to miss out on the live stream. There's nothing I can do about it. That game does not work. That game is completely non-functional. Not even close.
Now it's more about the money than anything else. That's just the truth. It's just about the money. So now I hide stuff from you. Oh, now Phil's dishonest. Well, wait, whoa. That's because I'm protecting myself and my family because you attacked me first. Phil has indoctrinated children.
Okay, so fun fact for those who are waiting until the end, I currently have 2,850 clips. I have 100 of them that I haven't even moved into that folder. Oh, good shit. Well, you guys should, if you guys haven't, you should see those the compilations that Burnell puts out. You should be looking at some of those anyway. Those things are hilarious. That's a lot of clips. That's a lot of clips, though. I feel like I thought there'd be more, though. Given, you know, a lot of the hot takes that people have on Phil and so on and so forth. And all his dumb shit. But 2850 seems reasonable. For sure. How used. I wonder what kind of vintage clips that SnortBucks has, though. Oh, I bet you there are gems in there. I bet you there are gems. Alright. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, sorry about that. But I thought that was a nice little fun fact there for you. Let me let this continue to play out just in case there's anything else, and I'll chime back in just a second.
Money, blatantly milking for money. It's a money pit. It's gone, just gone like that. In an instant, fucking gone. I just care about money. I just can't help it. By eBay. Contributions are mandatory, but I need your help. I am appealing directly to you.
Oh, of course. Someone just gave me an anonymous dollar tip saying, I guarantee that the people who troll you like this think you're completely faking your whole financial situation. Of course they are. Because they can continue to say that to make me look bad. Because what they're really trying to do, and this is the truth, what they're trying to really do is get me to show you something that's personal information that's going to fuck me. So what they want me to do is show you an email saying I got overdrafted so that they can compare that to other, you know, banks and stuff who send out emails that say that to figure out what bank I have. Now they know what bank I use. Now they can try to hack my account and get into my bank and fuck me over for the rest of my life. That's what they really want out of the whole thing. That's what they want. They want to completely hurt me and fuck me over as much as they possibly can. That's why when I say, oh, I need help with my taxes, well, show us the tax letter that says that you owe taxes. If I show you the tax letter, now you're going to have personal information about me that you can use against me. You can impersonate me and call the tax office or do fucked up stuff. I can't show you personal information. That's dumb. That's dumb as shit. That's a child who would think that that's safe to do. But again, they want me to get so incensed about what's going on that I make a big mistake, right? So that I accidentally give out information that's now going to fuck me over in the long run, right? So, yeah, that's exactly what it is. No, someone just said, oh, well, hacking a bank is a felony. No, not hack the bank. They should probably just sit there on a login screen for the bank all day trying to let me guess a million passwords and a million names and see if I can get into Phil's account. You know, and you would think they wouldn't be able... This is how to play the game!
Oh my god! What the fuck?
Holy shit! That is an epic fucking intro, dude. And I have to warn everyone. Warning. What you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting. Sound good?
Alright, that's... sounds good to me.
Well, ladies and
One
gentlemen,
can only hope. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're here with the second and last video to round out our broadcast, brought to us by Burnell, DSP. Weekly Street Fighter, $100 whale, saltiness over 9,000, and Jose refuses to play. This is from August 8th of 2020, our current year of gout. Here we go.
it appears we may have hit the tips goal already. If this is the case and this is legit, then this is awesome, obviously. Let me just confirm if this is legit before we go crazy here and jump the gun, because sadly, as you guys know, there have been a few people messing with me recently, which I know sucks. I think this is legit. We've got Jax Raxer, who tipped me $100. Alright, so, it's legit. We've hit the tips goal, guys. You guys now need to choose a vest for me to wear. Alright. Now, sadly tonight, I have to veto a vest. I have to veto a vest. Here's why. During the break, I didn't have any air conditioning on in the house because it's cool outside, but this office heated up to about 85 degrees, so now I turn the air conditioner on, it's still hot in here, and when I play Street Fighter, I heat up anyway. There's no way I can wear the platinum vest tonight. I will sweat profusely, and that's not cool, especially when I'm playing Street Fighter. So any other vest, I would recommend the gray vest because it's the lightest one, but the red, the blue, the beige, any vest would work. I just cannot wear that platinum vest tonight. I'll end up sweating like crazy. Okay?
You know, win the platinum. If you guys don't like that, too bad. I do what I want on my streams, and you like it or you don't like it, but you don't tell me what to do. Well,
here's
we're
the
playing
problem, though.
Goji.
If they're paying you money, right, for the option of you putting on something, your circumstances is a bit incidental and or irrelevant for that situation. He has a space air conditioner. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. You know what I'm saying? Like, bite the dust on that bullshit. It's 2 hours. That's $50 an hour. You're telling me you're above all that? If that's the case, then why the fuck are you begging so hard to keep the damn thing going? I'm just saying that at the end of the day, if he's going to expect you guys to give him $100 to put the damn thing on and do it early because he doesn't want to go into overtime or anything, then he can sit there and deal with it for fucking 2 hours. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, he has a space air conditioner. He can make all that shit happen. These excuses are bullshit. And the fact that they let that shit happen was kind of fucked up. But then again, they didn't know until after he got the money. Which is how he was going to screw them. Which is how he was probably hoping in the future to screw them over. Either which way. And vetoing a vest is only going to make more problems. Because if he'll do that with one vest, or if he'll do that for one situation, he'll try to do it for all of them. And then watch how shit starts to dry up and how he starts to get desperate. Like I said, he legit figures out ways to get into his own way. It doesn't make any sense. You have a very easy lick ahead of you, and it's not hard to plan a fucking vest celebration. It's not hard to just put on a goddamn vest and deal with it for 2 hours or whatever the case may be. This isn't a lot to ask for, and yet at the same time, this idiot right here still figures out a way to fuck it all up, and that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And then he has the nerve to blame other people when things don't go his way, knowing damn well he's the one who put himself in the situation that he's currently in. Wow.
Thanks again, folks.
Woo!
The Lag Master General.
Oh, you talking shit about oh, that's Goji. Oh shit, he's playing Ryu. Okay, okay. Get it. Let's get it in.
I can't even do anything. Great gameplay. What a complete waste of everyone's time. So, I will not play her again tonight, but someone who's spending points to choose her, so it was a complete waste of time. No idea what I'm doing. I literally didn't know any 2-in-1s, nothing. Nothing at all.
Oh my god. Oh my god, that was okay. That was okay. Goji coming out the gates swinging. Jesus Christ. Yeah. That's what it is. That whole Lag Master General thing, that's just being fucking petty. Like I said, Phil's connection is shit. At the end of the day. His connection is shit. And his business internet is shit. And it's shit because he won't let them come in and fix it. Now granted, now that I think about it, this is post... This should be post the Twitch banning or / suspension. So theoretically, his internet should be functioning at full capacity. But even then, still his connection's still shit at the end of the day. And that he wasn't gonna win anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like for all the time that I've watched Phil play, Third Strike, he would rather parry than block. He can barely even capitalize on the advantages of parrying, let alone he can't even really take advantage of parrying, let alone anything else. So just block. Just block and wait for your opening. That's all you can do in Super Turbo. Super Turbo doesn't parry the last time I checked. But he likes he thinks he's being flashy. He thinks he's flexing by doing that. And you're not. You're really not. There are multiple people out there now. I can do it only a little bit. But there are multiple people out there who can do Evo Moment 37 at will now. You got people out there who can legit parry any combo into almost any super depending on the character. They do that shit effortlessly now. Like, the game has done changed. Now, when you can start red parrying and shit, then it's different. If you can pull that off. And Phil can't do that. I don't even know if he knows what that is. So, semantics.
Then, Timmy $1 says, how's your snout? Well, I don't have a snout. I have a nose. A snout would be considered for a wild animal. I am not wild. I am very tamed.
Yeah, I can't do anything. He's getting away with 3 moves. I'm not getting hit by those. Look at that nonsense. Dude, I can't time it. The lag is too bad.
What's funny? The guy plays just like Phil does. Like, Phil's Hugo plays a lot like that.
Jump and mash medium kick.
Oniony, salty aftertaste in my mouth.
Should I actually try to play Jose? Do you think it'll actually work? It probably won't. That guy rage quit, by the way. Oh! He never readied up, so now I can play a different guy. What a buffoon. Cool. Shout out to Jose Cuervo.
Now keep in mind, that's the same Jose that Phil ran from for like the last few weeks. He would run even if he wasn't matched up to him yet. Even if he just popped into the lobby, Phil would try to get a win on whoever he was playing and then book. But he wants to call somebody else a buffoon. Wow. Mister, I've been playing this for over 20 goddamn years and running like a scorned, beaten dog coward to anybody who comes up. Pathetic.
7 who subscribed to the channel. Thank you, Jose Cuervo, for the sub.
What? I didn't dash?
Speaking of which, as it pertains to Street Fighter, I was going to put something together for a video with it. But the fact that, we're in Season 5 of Street Fighter 5. Street Fighter 6 isn't looking so great and whatnot. And it came out that they were going to try to go, or they were trying to go with like a team, almost like a team-oriented fighting game. I would assume it would be like something like CVS 2, which, why don't you just give us a remastered version of CVS 2 online? Or just CVS 2 online in general? Why don't you just give us that? Even though then people would want to be like, well, are we going to get role canceling or not? I mean, you can learn how to do role canceling online. It would probably be unnecessary. But then K-Groove, I think, is like is a defense to that. But that's neither here nor there. Give us Capcom versus SNK 2 online, please. I mean, give us Capcom versus SNK online. Give us Chaos online. Just give us all 3. Just make a collection and do that, please, Capcom. Do that. Anyway, but they were trying to make it like team-based or something along those lines, and people weren't feeling it because Street Fighter has always kind of been mano-y-mano, so that's a thing. And then Ono is leaving, or he got I think he's leaving. I mean, I guess you could say they're pushing him out, but he's leaving. Which the dude, he kind of saved Capcom, at least the fighting game division. Which the fighting game division is what essentially helped build the capital to basically expand on everything else for the most part, at least for early startup. It's a shame how it happened, but I mean that's business for you, to be honest. And that comes from they're trying to take I assume they're trying to go into a new direction with it and whatnot. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I like I said, it depends. It's not necessarily to like, oh well, Street Fighter V. I mean, just in general. Like, do any of us really like any of the FGC games that have come out of Capcom over the last couple years? To be honest, have any of you guys really been super hype about it? Like I said, the last game that I think I've cared about was probably the Street Fighter 4 series. You know what I mean? Outside of that, I mean, Street Fighter 5 is all right. To be honest, I still don't think it never came across to me as a finished game, but it is what it is, I suppose. I guess. I mean, it's definitely fun though. I like watching it at a high level. You know what I'm saying? I definitely enjoy doing that, but just throwing it out there. But it's a shame what's ended up happening now. But then you got to think about the whole COVID-19 situation, and circumstances are a thing. You have a lot of big chains that are closing down because, for reasons, obviously. I mean, it is what it is. But then again, I mean, Ono had been demoted. I don't know if I say demoted, if demoted would be the proper term for it. Like, he's kind of been slipping down the rungs over the last couple of years. So maybe it's just time to, maybe, you know, if you can leave on top or somewhat on top, then maybe that's the best way to do it.
You shouldn't be hitting me, I'm not doing anything. What? I did EX up, it didn't give it to me. Give me the
weird
slow,
logic too,
regular...
by the way, in the fact that I'm not doing anything, so why am I getting hit? Because you're not doing anything. Like if you mentally think about what he's trying to say, or his mentality, I should say, about it, he assumes that if he's getting hit, it's because he's doing something wrong. When there are plenty of pro fighting game players that will tell you, just like in professional sports, that sometimes you have to take a hit to get a hit. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes. Or if you can go ahead and look like you're going to get hit and slip that punch to go ahead and set up for something, then so be it. Or if you're going to train somebody or so on and so forth. There's a whole meta to all of that shit. And he don't understand it. He just thinks of it as it's just point blank. It's just... His thought process is way too narrow. And for someone who's played for this many years and not understand that is... I don't know. I don't really know how... I don't know. I don't know if that's a Connecticut thing, or if that's something that they did on the East Coast like that, or if that was just something that was in his group, or if that's just something he developed to kind of cope and understand with whatever he's dealing with. But I've never had anybody describe a fighting game to me or teach me a fighting game with this type of mindset, that if you got hit, it's because you're doing something wrong. Like, they've never been blunt. They've never been like a blunt tool about that. You know what I'm saying? It's always been, no matter what disadvantage you're in, you can turn it into an advantage. You know what I'm saying? And whatnot. You have to keep thinking, and you have to keep working your positions. Phil don't look at it that way. Like, I don't even know if there are children who think about it when they play a fighting game like this. And keep in mind, he's drowned, by the way, 2 decades into this shit. So if he ain't figured it out yet, it's probably fair to say, ladies and gentlemen, that he's never going to. Just something to think about.
Yeah, fuck this. Again, connection's terrible. Connection's fucking terrible. And he's getting away, he's just doing basic shit.
And then running for Jose again. Well, yeah, I don't know. I look like Jose.
Like, come on, man.
Oh, you're gonna get salt. Even now, again, my mouth overpowered with salt flavor.
Nonsense.
It's not nonsense. I've told you before about that pattern gameplay, that flowchart gameplay you keep doing. At the end of the day, people are going to always once you see someone play in a certain type of pattern like that, then you disrupt the pattern by not falling into essentially the trap that they're putting you in, or they're trying to put you in. Like I said, he plays very flowchart like because he's seen it and he believes it'll always work that way. When in actuality, it don't. It doesn't at all. And even amongst that flowchart, you can branch out and do other things. So it doesn't look so rehearsed, if you will, or so conditioned. But he won't do it because he's a fucking idiot. And he has no imagination. Which is weird. Which is very, very strange that you have someone who's been playing fighting games for years, who has seen hundreds of hours worth of gameplay, and certainly equally as many, gameplay from other top players, right? Who made up combos on the fly at times, and yet never took anything from it. He basically executes what he can execute, and that's it. And never tried for anything else.
I can't block! I literally can't block! Oh my god. I'm done.
And yet again, what was the point of that parry when you couldn't capitalize off it? What were you going to get out of doing that? You going for the moral victory? You were better off blocking that. He couldn't handle the incoming, and he couldn't respond to it. And it doesn't look like he has any EX either, so he had no EX. He had no EX meter to burn. He was better off just taking the block, basically. And I think the Akuma player was expecting him to do so, given the follow-up. Whatever.
He hit me with repeated hits over and over when I wasn't doing anything. That is absolute trash, dude. This is so frustrating. Why do nothing work? Everything hits me. I'm not attacking. I'm down backing.
Because you're not good. You're not good, and you play in a very. Oh wow. Anyway, you play in a very rigid sort of way, and people the game's been out forever. People have figured out other ways to approach, and they've figured out other ways to execute. They've figured out other ways of doing things. You know what I'm saying? This isn't the late 90s anymore. You know what I'm saying? People have grown.
Spamming hurricanes and shit. Because the fucking game lags so bad online, man.
Give me some of the salt. Give me that salt.
There it is! I can't do anything about it. He hits every time because of lag. Okay. Can't block. Wow, no move after that! No move! The game just drops the input. Now I dash, of course. Can't do anything. I tried. Yeah, I can't do anything. Every move he does, I go past it. So if he's going low, I block low. I get
so
hit.
that pocket Ken didn't get it done either. Oh, such garbage. Oh my god. Yet again, remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is the same person who told Triforce, you don't play this game, you don't belong here. Keep that in mind.
Overhead. I switched to overhead. I get hit. This guy's connection, that's why he beat me twice. His connection is a piece of fucking shit. The guy's so laggy. Everything he does, he's mixing up, but I know the mix-up, and I'm reacting to it, and I can't do anything about it. It's basic Akuma gameplay, and it sucks. Every time you get air hurricane, I parry. It's 3, it's parry, 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 then you land right next to him. But I can't do it. It doesn't work, because the lag is so bad. So he gets away with infinite air hurricanes, infinite dashing back and forth, doing the same 2-3 hits, and mix-up bullshit, and it sucks. The guy is fucking terrible. This game fucking sucks shit, because the netcode is so bad. That guy's terrible.
Whining, complaining.
Indeed, it's extremely pathetic, because, yet again, this is the only way he can make up for his own shortcomings. And that's what this really comes down to. You're not good, you got bodied, accept that shit and move the fuck on. Instead of trying to go ahead and stretch this shit out. You're not good. And all those pocket characters that you have, or all those characters you have that you think you're really some shit with, and whatnot, and you're really not. Come to find out, you're fuck all with that. Oh my god. Trust me, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if CVS 2 will ever come out. I don't know if it's ever going to come out online anyway. And I mean outside of Fightcade, I mean for console and shit. But if it does ever come out, Phil's gonna get destroyed. He's gonna get destroyed. There's so much that goes into playing CVS 2 and whatnot. There's so much to take in. There's so much to learn. Don't allow me to make it sound like it's something to discourage you, because it's not. It's fun. I promise you, it's fun. It's super fucking fun. Like I said, if one of the things I want is a CVS 2 cabinet, kind of like what Max Main has, and I hope one day it'll happen. If not, I'll have to build the damn thing. I have no idea how to do that, but I will learn. But either way, either which way, there's so much that goes into that. There's no way Phil has a shot in hell in playing that shit week after week after week. He'd get destroyed. Because you can't sit there and keep playing CVS 2, or you can't play CVS 2 like Super Turbo Year 1 over and over and over again with all those characters, all those grooves, and no. Phil would be destroyed. They would literally run him off that game just like they ran him off of Street Fighter 5. If not, probably worse than that. He would get destroyed. I wait for that day, though. I wait for that day.
Can't block! These connections are so fucking bad tonight! My kick didn't come out. I jumped and pressed roundhouse, I got nothing. I seriously am about to give up. I'm about to give up. There's no point in playing anymore. There's no point in playing because the connections are so fucking bad tonight. I don't know what it is with the game running this poorly, but every match now, everything I do is massively delayed. So I'll see openings, I'll have opportunities, I do the move, and nothing happens at all, and then I can't fucking do anything about it. It's fucking shit.
Over 1,800 milligrams of sodium. This is one of the saltiest things.
Didn't do that. I didn't do that punch at all. 2 moves to drop. Oh my god, are you kidding me?
He baited you into that light shoryuken. He baited you into that shit. That's what happened.
2 moves in a row. 2 moves, he was wide open. I do them. I don't get the move, don't get the move. Then he jumps over my fireball and gets a dizzy. Dude, fuck this game. Right. Oh, can't do anything. He's just jumping and mashing punch downs with it's stuffing me. That's so annoying. He literally didn't time that. He just jumped and mashed fucking buttons. Frustrating.
And by the way, after all that salt, because that was a lot of salt, definitely need to use some water here.
Yeah, drink your toilet water. That was not his night. God damn, he got brutalized. Jesus Christ. It's been a while since I've seen some nonsense like that. Yet again, the premiere streams are coming back, by the way. So we'll get to see all of it in all of its glory. But that's a mess. That is a real mess. I don't know what Kat told him before she left to work that day, but that shit had him flustered. That is not good. And I've seen Phil play terrible. I've seen him play sloppy. I've seen all that, but that was bad. That is not very good.
Oh. Man, already got me the juggle, man. That was, can't block. Wow!
Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Oh, that's Wonder Waffle type flashbacks.
So I was new Sagat. New Sagat actually sucks ass. He's not good at all in Super Turbo.
Hardworking tipper tipped $1.30 asking why Derek gets special treatment. He doesn't. He's just a nice guy, and he gets treated nicely because he's a nice guy. That's why.
Well, Burnell's snort sources is correct. Like shit, he ain't stole mommy's credit card quite a few times. And then if you went to his YouTube channel and that alleged playlist with all those underage girls in it, excuse me, he's a very exceptional individual. I'll just leave it at that. Allegedly.
Long time viewer and supporter and tipper. Or not tipper, excuse me, talker, chatter is what I meant to say. Actually, Derek never really tips at all. Never. That's the thing, I treat him nicely because he's a nice guy, not because he contributes monetarily or anything. Dishonesty. I hate dishonesty. because I think that's a little shit kind of behavior. That's like if you're a real coward, you know.
And you are
that's
very
how
much a coward. So, like I said, you guys know the situation with Derek. You know what I'm saying? Young guy, or young kid, actually, he was, anyway. Been around for a very, very long time. Stealing mommy's credit card to donate to Phil, which is starting to become an active trend these days. So, Derek was kind of ahead of the curve when it comes to the nonsense with that shit. The isms, if you will. And then after that happened, well, actually, I think while he was doing that, he would actually reach out to other chatters and have them actually contribute bits in his name, or for him, I should say, because he couldn't do it. Exceptional individual type things. I gotta say, the DSP-ism at its finest, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, to try to sneak stuff in behind someone's back and shit, rather than saying it publicly to their face. I hate that. Oh god, that really gets that gets to me. It's worse than a pet peeve. That like really pisses me off.
What the fuck? Whoa, that was interesting. Good one. I couldn't get to the correct distance. You need to get to the correct distance to do that Sobot kick and trade, and you'll always be he gets like planted on the ground when he does that Sobot kick. So I would have knocked him down. I would have got to an advantageous position, but I couldn't get to the correct spacing to do it. And he just stood there kicking. It was smart. It was a good game. How fucking stupid, dude. Can't block. Whoa! What the again? It's not doing what I want. It's not doing my moves. Completely bad gameplay, dude. Come on.
Well, everyone in the stream chat saying, "Oh, lag, salt, lag, salt, salt, lag, salt." Hilarious.
Wow, I couldn't block. You see, it didn't hit. It was three hits, but only 2 combos. The game wouldn't let me fucking block. Yeah, I got killed again.
How do you block when you're getting hit? How do you block when you're getting hit? Oh my god.
Again! So I said that was it, and that's it. I'm sorry, I don't know what happened this week. The connections were so bad. It drops so many moves now. It's so frustrating. It's dropping my moves so frequently that's very hard to get good matches.
You can't win. Sorry, you're not good. I don't know why we have to keep going through the mental masturbation of you trying to relive your glory days and shit. You're terrible. You're fucking horrible. How come Daigo, Momochi, Takedo, Sako, all those dudes who play online, right? How come those dudes play online and they don't have nearly as many problems as he does? How is it that Justin Wong, Sanford Kelly occasionally, Smug, I mean, you can just go down the list of American players. Punk, I've been watching some of his streams, and so on and so forth play, and they don't run into these type of problems. And they don't run into these type of issues. Like, I'm tired of the bullshit, dude. Like, you're playing a shitty game, you have a shitty connection, and more importantly than that, you're just not good. Okay? You weren't as good as you probably thought you were, and you're certainly nowhere near there now. Okay? It's funny how as soon as he gets into a lobby full of scrubs, oh, what an idiot. Oh, so much fun. Snort. Oh, boy. This is going to be a great night, guys. Thanks for contributing. But then once the real killers started to get in there, or just someone who's competent, all of a sudden, oh, you guys see that lag spike? Oh, the connection's dropping. Oh, my inputs are dropping. What the fuck? It's always something, dude. It's always something. And some failed attempt to try to hold on to some respectability that you ain't already lost over a decade ago. Jesus Christ, let it go. Live with it. Deal with it.
With this salt flavor. Ugh.
It's very hard to get good matches in now in this collection. I don't know why it's dropping my inputs so frequently, like all the time now. It used to be like, okay, sometimes there's a match with lag. Every once in a while you get a lag where a match where there's some dropped inputs and some dropped moves. It's like every fucking game tonight now was drop. That's very frustrating, especially when you're trying to learn. Like I said, I don't usually play against many good Bisons. I've noticed a few pretty good Bisons over the last couple of weeks playing this. And it's good to try to learn the matchup, but you can't if you drop your move constantly.
I'm sorry, but this motherfucker called himself a pro fighting game player. So how do you not know what the matchup is?
You don't know what works, you know? So it's pretty frustrating. Alright guys, so
Thank you. Good stream. And even though I apologize for the frustration over the game.
He's played 3 or 4 collections of this game over multiple consoles, and we still don't. All right, whatever. Just whatever.
Still have fun. I got some good matches, and you guys were incredibly supportive tonight. So thank you very much for all that. I really appreciate it.
It's incredibly disturbing. It's one of the most unhealthy things I've ever seen. It's an abomination to man. Phil has indoctrinated children who send him money, blatantly milking for money. It's a money pit. It's gone. Just
all right,
gone.
ladies and gentlemen. Jesus Christ. All right, give me a minute to straighten up, and then I'll give you guys final thoughts, and I'll let you guys go on with your day and whatnot, whatever the case may be. Jesus Christ. I'll see you guys in a minute.
Like that. In an instant. Fucking gone. I just care about money. That I just can't help it. By eBay. Contributions are mandatory. But I need your help. I am appealing directly to you. No decency, no respect, no common sense, no fucking maturity. Is the guy who just doesn't get reality.
Hey yo, I just want to say shout out to my red bike. It got stolen about a year ago, and I think about you every day. But you know, now I got a blue bike, and it's not the same, but it's a new life, a new journey. So rest in pedals, red bike, I love you. I like to bask in the tropics with a flask in my pocket. If you act no problem, I'll start laughing and mocking like a charismatic parrot that isn't comic. Now I'm feeling like the shit, cause I'm rapping with phonics. Loose off of Jen Ricky's, perusing Sin City, riding my Schwinn smooth like the swing of Ken Griffey.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ, shit! Oh my God, it's fucking horrible. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that last part was horrible, but I genuinely had a good time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so let's close up. Let's see here. Thank you very much to Burnell, as usual. I very much appreciate it. And final thoughts: DSP trying to get hype bucks. Even if you won't see the stream, give money, no Fallgout gameplay. It is what it is. If he has so many other options, why didn't he actually do it? You know what I'm saying? His dumbass sat there and tried to chase day 1 views, just like this was YouTube. So I don't have no sympathy for him. Fuck him. You know what I'm saying? Fuck him. Because if he has so much to do, then why didn't he do it? He overhyped that shit on purpose. Overhyped it on purpose and ended up falling flat on his goddamn face. He deserves that shit. His face isn't slumped over enough as it. Anyway, okay, Weekly Street Fighter, he got beat the fuck up. He got beat the fuck up. Like, they straight up manhandled him. It wasn't like when Goji, for example, beats him up, it's entertaining to watch Phil get beat up and they hear him bitch. Them guys were just like, nah, balls deep. Just straight up, no lube, they got him. And he took all that shit. And that was hurtful. You know what I'm saying? That was hurtful. I always wondered what the piggy gulags were like. I didn't think it was going to be like that. So that was a mess. So he took all that. $100 whale. I mean, he got his money before the beating really came into play. So I guess it paid off. I assume they got their money's worth out of the abuse. Saltiness over 9,000. He's not good. He's just not good. And it's in whatever abilities, talents, or know-how is fading fast. How the fuck is someone been playing a game for 20 goddamn years and doesn't know at least the basic matchup? Now, granted, it's a 20-year-old game. People have figured out other shit. People have learned that you don't have to play it rigid. You know what I'm saying? You can expand from the flowchart or just throw the flowchart out and freestyle that bitch. But how the fuck does he not know just the basic, you know what I'm saying? He doesn't know the basic matchup. As many times as he's playing this game over its many installments, over its many console releases, he bought all of them and played all of them. I don't even know what to say about that. And then Jose refusing to play. I mean, Jose's terrorized him enough. So I think Jose was just trying to take it easy on him. He probably saw the ass whooping Phil was taking and was like, you know what? I don't need to contribute to that tonight. I don't you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and break out early. I'm gonna let Goji have his fun. I'm gonna let the rest of them dudes have their fun. Phil, I'll see you next Friday. And end the story. That show was a fucking mess, ladies and gentlemen. That show was a goddamn mess. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening in. I very much appreciate it. And I'll see you guys for the next broadcast, whenever that may be. Hopefully sooner than later. Ladies and gentlemen, this is DSP News. Always late, never breaking. Unreliable coverage that you can't count on. Oh yes, a GTG Network and Productions. For the Snort Report, as well as SnortBucks Coffee. I've been your host, /anchor GTG, and I'm signing off. Take care of yourselves, guys. Don't get gout in the broadcast. Oh my god. Oh, the beating. The beatings.
Ow! With a Mickey Mantle rookie card, close pinned in my spoke. I'm partying with the dead like Dia de los Muertos. People look at me funny cause I'm a scarecrow, but I don't care, bro. I'm snacking on apricots. I need my space like an astronaut. I'm in the sun chasing rum with the juice of a plum. In a singing mood and drinking booze like a bomb. Someone stole my red bike, someone bought a blue one. I was sad, but fuck it, I got a new one. Chasing rum with the juice of a plum. In a singing mood and drinking booze like a bomb. Someone stole my red bike, someone bought a blue one. I was sad, but fuck it, I got a new one.